Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to show you some time-saving workflow tips. Some of it will be using AI and some of it will not. But we'll start off with our inbox because this impacts every single person regardless of the position that you hold. So if your inbox is the length of the Dead Sea Scrolls, then this video will definitely give you some assistance because you can go from what you see on my screen to what you see here in my inbox. Because in the past I get I get 150 emails per day, and in the past I would have 300 emails in my inbox and trying to find through them. It was just a real pain and caused me a lot of time. So finally I came across another video that a person talked about 3 specific folders that will change your life with your Gmail, and it really has for me. It's helped tremendously. Those 3 folders are action items, read later, and waiting on. Now right below it you'll see what's called Z storage. The only reason why it has a Z in front of it is because everything is in alphabetical order, so I had to put a Z to put it below the action and read and waiting on, and then you'll see all the categories that I have. But let me give you some examples of how you would use this. So as you go through your emails, you know there's emails that you have to deal with that day or by the next day. Those are the ones I put in my action items. Then let's say I come across, I'll do a read later, district administration magazine article that I want to read, then I could put that in the read later. However, let's say I get something where I'm working with more than one person in an email chain. Well, that's when I'll put it in the waiting on, because I've responded to one person, I'm waiting on someone else to reply. Then I know to go back to that waiting on folder to check on who hasn't responded yet, and I could follow up. Anything in terms of the storage, that's really designed that if I'm afraid to delete a video because a year from now I might need it, that's the whole purpose of this storage. Alright, so now let's talk about how AI can actually improve your workflow as well. But the first thing you'll need to do is go to Gemini, and I'll show you why. Once you open up Gemini, go to Settings and Help. Then I want you to go to Apps. And when you do, you're going to notice Google Workspace. Now, a lot of people don't know about this, and so they have the toggle switched off. You want to make sure this is on, because now once you've turned this toggle on, you can now use AI, Gemini, to interact with all of your Google Workspace, and what a difference it makes. And let me show you specifically what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go back to my inbox. Now, let's say that I have a calendar date that I want to add to something. Let's open up this email. Then I can go to Gemini at the top, click on it, and the first thing I want to show you is, you'll notice I have things on my screen. To delete that or clear it, you just click on the 3 dots, click Clear History. And I do recommend that. I like starting fresh whenever I'm using it in inbox, just so there's no confusion within Gemini. Typically there's not, but it can happen. So I'm going to say add to my calendar, because I don't know about you, it used to be that as you look at these dates, I would copy and paste. I would go to my calendar and I would paste it into a calendar. I don't have to do that anymore. It's already put it in my calendar. Now if I want to, and I've already done this before I made this video, you would see a pencil on each right hand side of these dates. You could click on that pencil and you'd be able to edit the actual calendar invite. The reason why we don't see it here is because I've already practiced this. Alright, so now let's go to the next one. I'm going to clear my Gemini. This one I really love. Let's say I get a lot of sales reps that are looking to sell their products, and I completely understand and happy to get them, but sometimes they can become overwhelming. I love Gemini because now I can use Gemini by either clicking on Help Me Write, or I can click on the pencil, and once I click on it I can say thank you, can't write now. Click Create, and it's actually going to create the email. It's going to address it to the correct person. It's going to put a language that's very friendly, but it lets them know that I'm just not able to do it. I click Insert, done, click Send, good to go. It's major time saver for me. All right, let's talk about adding tasks. So one thing I like to do is I keep a taskbar, and it lets me know what I need to do. And you can keep this open when your calendar's open, when your email's open, so on and so forth. And I found it very, very useful. Well, when we're talking about Gemini, I can say what tasks are in this email. Because let's pretend that the email is very long and you want to make sure that you don't miss anything that you need to complete. Well, it'll go through the entire email for you, and it'll tell you which task that you need to do, and then you can simply add that to your task. Now, the other thing that's really nice is clear history. If I go back to my inbox and I keep Gemini open, I'd say, what task do I have? And it's going to go back and it's actually going to look through. You'll notice it tells you to reference your workspace files, but you'll notice that it goes through all my emails just by asking that. I don't have to go looking, and now it tells me everything in terms of tasks that I might potentially be responsible for. Again, that's a major time saver just by using Gemini. One more thing that I want to show you that I really like. What about if you can't find an email, and we have the typical search, as you all know, where we could go up top and click search, but you just cannot remember who it's from, but you can remember the topic. So you could say Christmas, and I type that in. It's going to look for emails that have the word Christmas in it. And then I'm able to go click on any of it. It gives me a brief description of what's going on with each one of those emails. I can click on it and find out exactly what I'm looking for. Again, there's so many things that you could do with Gemini that's going to save you a lot of time. So I hope that these few hints that I gave you will be great time savers for you. I wanted to keep the video as short as possible. I have more to share, but we'll do that in a later video. Thank you all so much, and look forward to producing more videos for you in the future.